many people want simplicity, you know. They do not, they even don't believe in numbers. But friends, numbers are very stubborn. Truth is very stubborn. You can say all the lies you want, but the truth will not change. Our inflation was at 9.6 in 2022. Today is 3.8. Fact. Our dollar had gone to 165. Today it is 130 and coming down. Fact. Our foreign exchange reserves was $7 billion in 2022. Today it is $10.8 billion. Fact. You can say whatever you want to say, but facts are stubborn. The IMF a month ago said Kenya's economy is now the 6th largest economy in Africa. It is a fact. It's not a rumor. It's not propaganda. It is a fact. So, and I am committed to making sure that we have a solid. I have had to make very difficult decisions to get us here. And I have no regret whatsoever that today I can confidently tell the country that our economy is on sound footing and we are going to improve on it. We've not yet reached where I would want us and our economy to be. We're making the right steps. We are making interventions. We are making decisions on how to align our economy so that we can be able to predictably see what the future looks like. I am very clear in my mind on what we need to do with our agriculture to make sure that we create a food security system, deal with inflation, deal with the cost of living, make sure that the cost of food does not cause a crisis. 60 years after independence, we must be sure about food security in Kenya. And we must make the right decisions. So much gets done if people are not bothered about who takes the credit. But it also means it depends on who takes the blame. In this particular case, you know who takes the blame. And I think that is precisely why Hinga was saying that in this space, we need to speak as Kenyans. We must reject this negativity. Our country is a great country, my friends. Let nobody lie to you. You know, when you hear people speak, it is as if Kenya is the worst country in the world. Far from it, I can tell you, we are a great country. Not many countries can achieve what we have achieved. Not many countries can achieve what we have achieved in housing in 1.5 years. Yes, we are a great country. And we must reject those who want to tell us otherwise. That, oh, you know, Kenya is a failed state. Which failed state? Where? Do you know what a failed state looks like? So, let me tell you that my commitment to the transformation of this country is not reversible. Nothing is going to stop me from driving the transformation that is going to change Kenya and take us where we have always wanted to go. From stabilizing the economy, and I want to assure you that we are working meticulously to make sure that our economy is sound. I am very clear in my mind what we need to do on making sure that we have a sound economic platform to work on to drive our transformation. It is not always that you get an opportunity to be president. Yes, it comes once in a lifetime. So when you get that opportunity, don't waste it, right? Because I hear so many people saying, you have taken on too many assignments. You know, you should do some of these now, you should wait, you remain popular so that you can implement some of them some other time. Let me tell you, good people, the transformation of Kenya has delayed for far too long. We cannot wait for a day more, or a week more, or a month more. Let's do it now and transform our country. And I'm very proud that we have, for example, reduced the cost of importation of sugar by 80%. We have reduced the cost of importing maize by 80%. We will shortly be a sugar exporting country because we are making the right policy decisions. We have increased our production of milk. We have increased our production of tea. We have increased our production of coffee, and we are driving productivity in the agricultural space so that we have food security and so that we can export more and create more foreign exchange. These are things that keep me awake because it is one assignment that I have undertaken that I must do for this country. We have 200 companies here. My instructions to the ministry is that because of the scale of the exercise we have in housing, we need to scale up the number of companies that are participating in this environment. Because when we started, we had to start with a few, 39 consortia. We now need to take that to between 60 and 70. So we will be bringing on board more companies, more professional companies, engineering firms, architects, we will be bringing design companies, and all the other real estate professionals, and we'll be bringing them on board. And Madam Waziri here and the ministry will now embark on the exercise of bringing on board more, because we've had many people who are saying, we want to participate. We now understand what is going on in this space. We want to be part of the delivery of our housing program because people are beginning to see what the noise prevent them from seeing before. So that is number one. And I want to ask the chairman who are here, both from the Institution of Architects and Engineers. Is it Architects and Quantity Surveyors? Yes, together with the other professional bodies to work with us so that we can bring on board more firms, because the scale of work that we have today has overstretched many of the companies that are working with us. We want to bring on board another 4,000 professionals into this space. Young graduates from our TVETs, from our universities, to work with you and your firms and work with us so that we can scale up the level of supervision, scale up and accelerate the work that we want to achieve in the affordable housing program, because we believe that it is possible for us to do what could be done in 2 years, we can do it in 1.5 years. And what could be done in 1.5 years, we can reduce it to 1 year, so that we can accelerate the delivery of the affordable housing program, of our markets, of our hostel program, and all the other programs that are in this space. That's number two. So We are bringing on board and hiring another 4,000 graduates, fresh graduates from our universities and TVET, to work with us under your farms so that you can supervise them, you can, and we're going to work out a framework where you take responsibility for what they do and also make sure that they acquire the skills in the marketplace with your supervision, with your support, so that they can acquire the knowledge that is necessary, the competencies that are necessary, the skills that will make them professionals in their space as we create more companies, because I am very sure that your companies will be scaling up. These are the people who you will recruit into your farms. These are the people who will create new farms to work with us in this built environment space. We need to double the numbers. Today we have close to 320,000 people working in the housing program. We need to double those numbers by creating another shift so that, as was said by one of the good people here, we will have 6-to-1 and 1-to-6. You know? So that we have, I think we'll have 8 hours between 6-to-1 and 1-to-6. 6 in the morning to 1 o'clock, and then 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I think that creates us a good balance and then you people will help us, you know, discuss how that is going to be realized, so that we can carry on board the many professionals that are coming out of our TVETs and our universities. We have many plumbers coming out. We have many carpenters. We have many electricians, many other people in between, the people who are in that space. And yet we also have a lot of young people out there yearning for something to do. So again, my instructions to the ministry, working in collaboration with yourselves, and to now reorganize the space so that we can scale up the number of people working in our housing program from 320 to 600,000. That we can do in the next 2 to 3 months, working with the contracts that already exist. And I am very confident that this will not only accelerate the delivery of our plan, it will also create a bigger momentum for the delivery of this whole program, because many more Kenyans out there are asking, how do we take this into the future? Architects and engineering graduates will join your planning and design teams, which already are working with us. Quantity surveyors and economists will support cost estimation, value engineering, and all the things that we need to make sure that this moves faster, but with a lot of clarity. We'll also be looking at lawyers and planning interns who will assist with land regularization. You have heard what Nixon has said here, and the whole documentation space. As Alice said, you know, the more sectional titles we need, because every unit is now going to have a separate title document. So that whole space requires more hands, more people with knowledge and expertise, and we can grow a bigger pool of professionals. A fifth thing we need to do under this program is to professionalize what we are calling the Juakali. I agree with you that those people in that space called Juakali are no longer Juakali. I was explaining the other day that right here in Soweto, is it? We gave them a contract of 720 million shillings. Which Juakali has a contract of 720 million? How many serious companies, corporates, get a contract of 700 million? Not many. you know. So to call them jua kali is actually a misnomer, and it is not right. So what we want to do is to bring on board technical staff to now work with the jua kali sector to formalize what has for a very long time been informal. We will hire professionals to work with the jua kali people so that we can now scale them up to become serious entities, even though they could be micro or small enterprises. But we want them in that space where they do professional work. We've had a long discussion with them, and if you listen to some of them, the quality of what they are making is improving. Because today, they are not doing one window, they are doing 1,000. So because they are doing 1,000, they have improved, and we have insisted. You know, if you listen to them speak, now they are saying, we told them, and we told the contractors that we are not going to import things that we can manufacture in Kenya. But the fact that it is local doesn't mean low quality. It cannot be, you know? So yes, we are going to have it local, but it has to be as of the quality as the one that we would have imported. That, apart from creating opportunities for work, we are making real impact on people. We are transforming lives of people. We are changing the destiny of many citizens. People who never imagined that they would one day own a house. That owning a house is a present reality for many of them today. Some of them are beginning to realize their lifelong aspiration to own a place they call a home that belongs to them. You know, you'll be surprised that there are things we take for granted. You know, the biggest thing I saw in Mukuru that was, you know, out of this world is that the people moving from the slums, where 3, 4, 5 families share one toilet for pay, the biggest thing they said was, for once, I have a toilet to myself. You know, you people, you know, you have 4, 5 toilets in your house. You take that for granted. You don't think about it. You know, go share a toilet with another 2, 3 families, and then you will know the indignity of what that means, you know, and how important it is for us to run this program. You know, I keep hearing people who keep talking, oh, this housing program, who said, who told you we need houses, everybody has their own house. You know, you may think everybody has their own house. That is not true. There are 7 million Kenyans living in slums.